Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this module, Fundamentals of Leadership Development. In today's topic, we are going to be looking at understanding leadership effectiveness. Understanding leadership effectiveness, the fundamental principle of leadership effectiveness. Once again, my name is Honor Michael Thomas. Introduction. When we talk about leadership effectiveness, leadership effectiveness is a multifaceted concept which with various interpretations depending on context and goals. However, a common thread lies in achieving desired outcomes through the influence and guidance of others. Now, when we talk about leadership effectiveness, in its simplistic terms, all we are talking about is the capacity of a leader to achieve a specific goal within a particular time frame, within a particular time frame. Now, effectiveness, has different connotations, have different meanings, and there are different ways to measure effectiveness. But one of the best way to measure effectiveness is to understand the goal that is being desired. What are the goals? When you understand the goals that you're striving for, you can understand how to measure your effectiveness. So that's why when we talk about leadership effectiveness, it's a broad term. There's no one fit all measurement of how effective a leader is. It all depends on the goal that is sought out, and to start basically. So when we talk about leadership effectiveness, all we are talking about is how a leader achieve a desired outcome through influencing and guiding others within a specific time frame. How effective is the leader towards achieving those goals within a specific time frame? Because everything is going to measured within time. How it took a particular leader to achieve that particular goal, basically. So now let's put a definition to leadership effectiveness. I said leadership effectiveness refers to the ability of a leader to successfully achieve a desired goal or outcome within a specified time frame by influencing and guiding others. Leadership effectiveness refers to the ability of a leader to successfully achieve a desired goal or outcome within a specified time frame by influencing and guiding others. That's what leadership effectiveness is all about. The ability to successfully influence others towards achieving a particular goal within a specified time frame. How well can you influence others to take action? How well can you do that? Your ability to do that quickly measures your effectiveness. Your ability to mobilize people without disorganization measures your effectiveness. So there are different parameters that goes into measuring effectiveness of a thing, especially leadership, because leadership is a complex and dynamic terms. There are different area of applicability. Different situations will call for different styles. Different situation will calls for ways of managing or doing things. So in the end, it all boils down to these different factors. But your ability to achieve a particular goal or outcome within a specified time frame goes a long way towards measuring the effectiveness of the leader or leadership effectiveness. So let's look at the key components or factors when we talk about leadership effectiveness. Number one is vision and strategy. For you to achieve your goal within the time frame allotted to you, for you to achieve your goal effectively, you need to have a vision, you need to have a strategy. People who don't have a vision, who don't have a strategy, find it difficult to achieve anything. They will just go from one thing to another, try different things, and before you knew it, they will get burnt out and fail to achieve that particular thing they want. So setting a clear direction and creating a well-defined plan to achieve it will go a long way towards showing you the effectiveness of a leader. A leader that has a plan, a clear plan of action, and ways to achieve that plan would help mitigate unnecessary activities, things that will waste time and make the whole project or whatever thing that is being whatever goal they are trying to get will reduce ambiguity. So that's why we're saying that setting a clear direction and creating a well-defined plan to achieve it will go a long way towards showing a leader's effectiveness. Now, the second one is motivation and inspiration. Engaging and empowering team members to contribute their best effort. Now, when you empower your team members, you give them the right motivation, you inspire them, and they go on to put in their effort towards that your particular project or goal, and they achieve it very fast. They achieve it within a very short time frame, and not just achieving it within a short time frame, but delivering quality product or service, or delivering quality in general, goes a long way towards showing how effective a leader is. But when a leader is not organized, doesn't have a vision, doesn't know how to motivate other people to take action, has a not I don't care attitude, you discover that that project would linger for a long time. There are going to be chaos, there are going to be conflict, there are going to be all these things that makes leadership very difficult. Now, the time you would invest in conflict resolutions, trying to bring peace and stability to whatever project or team you are handling, the time you invest it towards doing these things will take away time that you would have used towards investing in the growth and development of that project, towards achieving that project within a short time frame. Okay, so one of the components that we use in measuring the effectiveness of leadership is the leader's ability to motivate and inspire people towards achieving a goal. And when you are able to motivate and inspire people towards achieving their goal, okay, they tend to put in their best effort and they achieve goals within a short time frame. Third is the decision making process, the abilities of the leader to make sound decision. So I said here, making sound choices that benefit the team and the organization. Your ability to make sound choices, okay? Your ability to make sound choices that will help foster growth and development within the organization or your team will go a long way towards measuring the effectiveness of your leadership or the effectiveness of a leader. So that's why it's important that you develop yourself, you build yourself, you invest in personal development, you invest in decision-making process, so that the more you make sound decision, the better for your team, the better for your business, the better for your organization, because you eliminate ambiguity, you eliminate time wasting, and you get down to business. So your ability to make sound decision goes a long way towards measuring the effectiveness of a leader or the effectiveness of your leadership. Now, the last is communication and collaboration. Communication and collaboration. Your ability to communicate clearly and help your team members to work together harmoniously would go a long way towards measuring the effectiveness of your leadership or the effectiveness of leadership. In a situation where there are chaos within the team, in a situation where there are malice within the team, in a situation where there are bickering within the team, in a situation where people don't trust each other within a team, you discover that knowledge sharing will be difficult because people will hold on to what they know, they will not share with others. You discover that collaboration will be very difficult. And when these things are absent, where lack of collaboration or poor collaboration is in existence within an organization or a team, or there are no clear communication, you discover that that team would suffer, it's going to stagnate, or the project is going to stagnate, or whatever goal that is being that whatever goal, whatever target that the organization is going for, or an individual is going for, it's why that it's going to be quite difficult to achieve, because there are no collaboration, there are no clear communication, there are no trust. So effectively conveying information and fostering teamwork, when you communicate clearly, it tends to foster teamwork. These are the key components and factors that influences effective leadership. Now let's look at another component. The fifth is building trust and relationships. This is another factor that goes towards improving the effectiveness of a leadership, building trust and relationship. When you create positive and supportive environment where individuals feel valued and safe, they are going to put in their best, they are going to give you their best, they're going to ensure that that particular business or goal or organization would strive, because they'll put in their time to think about how to grow that particular venture. So when you build trust, how do you build trust? You build trust towards understanding that people are the same, treating people with respect, treating people with courtesy, not being tribalistic, treating everyone with fairness. By the time you do these things, you put other people first, you're going to build trust, and the relationship will tend to increase, because when people know that you value them and you place their priority top, they'll also reciprocate that gestures to you. And the last on my list is adaptability and learning. Adaptability and learning. Responding to change and continuously seeking improvement. When you adapt to change and you are constantly seeking for ways to improve, you're constantly investing in yourself, constantly looking for how to improve on things. When you do these things, you discover that you grow in effectiveness, because the best way for you to be effective in this our dynamic nature is constant learning, constant improving yourself, constant investment in your personal development. When you do this, you're going to discover that your effectiveness as a leader would increase. And these are the factors or components that influence the effectiveness of a leader. Okay, influences the effectiveness of a leader. And the last I said once again is your ability to adapt to change and your ability to invest in continuous learning. That is what will make you to become an effective leader. Don't think that you know it all. Don't think that you are beyond learning. No one knows it all, and no one is beyond learning. We all learn every day. And having the mindset that you are learning every day is what will make you to become better, not just as a person, but also as a great leader. Now let's look at evaluating effectiveness. Measuring leadership effectiveness can be subjective and context dependent. Okay, it can be subjective and context dependent. Like I said, when we talk about effectiveness, there are many things that goes towards defining effectiveness of a leader. There are many things that goes towards evaluating the effectiveness of a leader. But some of the common metrics that we can use to measure the effectiveness of the leader are, number one, the team performance. Now, how do you know that a leader is doing well? You can do that by looking at the team performance. Are goals being met? When you have an organization where when they set a goal and they are not meeting their targets, okay, there's no adequate collaboration within the team, okay, there's no continuous improvement, so that people are behaving the way they want. When you see all these factors, it goes to tell you that that the leadership structure there is not effective, it's struggling, it's weak. Okay, so one of the best way to evaluate the effectiveness of leadership is through the team performance. The second one is employee satisfaction. How satisfied are the employees? When you have employees that are satisfied, they tend to put in more effort towards the growth and development of your organization. I talked about Richard Branson, who that prioritizes his employees over every other thing. He said, when you treat your employees right, they will treat your business right. When you take care of your employees, that they are going to take care of your business. So when you look at this mindset of taking care of your employees, how satisfied are your employees? When you have disgruntled employees that they are always bickering about how you lead, about everything about you, chances are they are going to have this nonchalant attitude, this I don't care attitude. They are not going to invest their time and energy towards your business. When you have this kind of people within your leadership structure or people you lead, discover that things are going to be difficult. They are going to make things difficult for you. Things are going to be slow. So the best way to evaluate leadership effectiveness is through employees' satisfaction. The third is organizational culture. Do you have a culture that supports growth? Do you have a culture that supports collaboration? Do you have a culture that supports love, transparency? Or do you have a culture that everyone lives for themselves? They don't care about other people. They behave how they want, irrespective of the effect of their attitude or behavior towards their colleagues. When you have this sort of culture, the negative culture, it's going to affect the way and manner in which the organization achieve their goal. It's going to be slow. It's going to be tedious because much effort is going to be required to help to bring the teams together, especially when they don't trust each other. A lot of effort will go into bringing the teams together. A lot of effort is going to go towards motivating the teams to work together. But if you have an environment that is conducive, an environment where everyone trusts each other, where there's transparency, you discover that you don't need a lot of motivations for people to get work done. Already they are motivated because the environment is sound, it's conducive, there's love, there's that sympathy, and everything seems to just flow very well. Okay, so when you have an organizational culture that is positive, it goes a long way towards measuring, or goes a long way towards telling how effective that particular leadership will be. Now, the next one, the last on my list here, is reputation and brand image. Is the leader and organization viewed favorably? And there are people we know that we all wish would like to work for. And when you have a positive brand image, a positive leadership brand image, okay, it goes a long way towards influencing other people to want to work with you. It goes a long way towards creating harmony, love, compassion. It goes a long way towards, creating a room for collaboration, a room for, effective performance. So as an individual, as a leader, it's good to have a good reputation. When you do this, it's going to draw in more talent towards you. It's going to endear people to you because they want to work with someone that has a pleasing personality. So, but if you have a personality that is negative, you are difficult to work with, you're going to find that people will tend to be scared of working with you, scared of making mistakes, scared of a lot of things. And when they are in this atmosphere of fear, they won't perform very well, and it will go a long way towards affecting the performance of that particular leadership or leader, as the case may be. So these are various ways we can use in evaluating the effectiveness of a leader. Now the next one is, let us look at the factors that influences leadership effectiveness. What are the factors that influences leadership effectiveness? And the first one is the leadership style. Is the leader authoritarian? Is it democratic? Is it transformational? Is it laissez-faire? When you look at all these form of leadership styles, they go on towards showing how effective a leader is going to be. Now, like I said, different situation will call for different application of leadership styles. But in the end, there are leadership styles that favors productivity more than others. So in a particular organization, the way the leader leads, their leadership style will go a long way towards influencing the effectiveness of that particular leadership. The second one is the personal trait of the leader, the skills, the knowledge, the personality, what are the values, their moral ethics, and all these things. It goes a long way towards influencing the leadership effectiveness. The third is situational context. What is the industry they are working, the organizational culture, the team characteristics or compositions. All these things will tell if a leader is going to be effective. Now, when you have a leader, a group that is composed of people who are inexperienced, chances are it's going to take a long time for them to achieve goals, because they have to learn, they have to grow, they have to develop themselves. So that's why I said that when we talk about leadership effectiveness, it's a broad term. There are various factors that can influence your effectiveness as a leader or leadership effectiveness. But knowing these skill components that we've been talking about, what influences the leadership, importance of leadership effectiveness, and all these other components, would help you to understand what leadership effectiveness is all about and how you can go about towards achieving your goal, okay, within a specified time frame as a leader, being effective as a leader. The last is external environment. That is the economic conditions. Is the economic condition favorable? Okay, competitions and regulations. All these things will go a long way towards influencing leadership effectiveness. Now, let's look at how to improve your leadership effectiveness. How to improve leadership effectiveness. Number one is self-awareness and reflection. Now, self-awareness, I've been talking about it all along. It's all about identifying your strengths, your weaknesses, and seeking feedback. Taking time to reflect on your abilities, yourself, what you can offer, your weaknesses and your strengths. Acknowledging these things and not hiding, okay? When you take out time to constantly reflect and develop self-awareness, you become an effective leader, because you get to see your weaknesses, the drawbacks you have, where you need to work on. And by the time you develop this self-awareness of these things, you tend to invest more in your personal education, your personal development, which in return will help you to become more effective, because you're constantly seeking feedback and advice from people who are better than you, as the case may be. Now, another thing is continuous learning. How disposed are you towards learning? When you constantly learn, okay, constantly invest in yourself, developing new skills and knowledge relevant to your leadership. When you invest in all these things that will help you to become a better leader, you will grow and become more effective. But if as a leader you stop learning, you stop taking up courses, you stop seeking advice, you just sit down like that without doing anything, more of staying in your comfort zone, you are going to stagnate. And when you stagnate, you're going to be faced with a lot of challenges, especially in our today's dynamic world. So that's why it's important for you to be effective as a leader. You need to constantly invest in yourself. You need to invest in constant learning. The third is building relationships, connecting with team members, fostering trust and communication. For you to be an effective leader, or for you to improve your leadership effectiveness, you need to develop trust. You need to ensure that people who you're working with trust you. They understand that you care. They understand that you have the knowledge, the capacity to achieve goals. By the time you show care, you show that you have the capacity, and you are there for them. You're open with your communication. You're transparent. You show vulnerability. People would want to work with you. It's going to create trust. It's going to create stronger bond, which would go a long way towards improving leadership effectiveness, your leadership effectiveness. The fourth is empowering others. Here is where the whole idea of servant leadership also comes into place. When you empower others, you delegate, you give people tasks to do. Delegation shows that you trust them very well. A lot of people don't like to give other people to do things because they feel like people won't do it as best as they would. And this attitude tends to create animosity because the truth is, we humans, we like to feel valued. We want to feel like our ideas matter. So, for you to be effective, when you trust people more, you delegate tasks, people would grow. They will have this sense of responsibility. They will own that decision or that particular thing that they do. And once they own it, ownership means that they are going to put their time, their energy, their mind towards making it better, which would in return ensure that you reap benefits. Okay, you reap benefits, and those benefits are more of you achieving your goals within the particular time frame that you've desired, and also ensuring that the delivery is also of quality. Then the last is celebrating successes. When you recognize people's effort, when you recognize that people are doing well, the achievement of your team member, when you celebrate this thing, the same thing I said, people love to feel, people want to have this sense of connection. People love to feel like their ideas matter, that whatever they say matter. They want to feel valued. By the time someone achieves something and you celebrate them, you talk about those achievements, it's going to create this atmosphere of, okay, that if I do more, I'm going to be celebrated. People want to do more so that they will be celebrated. And once everyone starts to do more things because they want to be celebrated, it's going to increase the effectiveness of the leadership. Is going to fasten the rate at which a particular goal is achieved or a particular project is achieved, and also the quality, okay, which is very important. Now let's look at things to always remember. Things to always remember when it comes to leadership effectiveness. Leadership effectiveness is a journey, not a destination. Leadership effectiveness is a journey, not a destination. We are always learning, we are always evolving. Okay, this is what it's saying, or in a simple term, this is what it refers to. Leadership effectiveness is a journey, not a destination. You are always going to grow, you're going to develop. So when you make a mistake, you don't feel like, oh, that's it. No, we learn, we grow. Every day we learn, we grow, we improve. And there's no one size fits all approach. The second one is, there's no one size fits all approach. You wouldn't say when someone does ABC, they are going to be effective in all situations. Like I said, when it comes to leadership effectiveness, there are different factors that goes into play, especially in a dynamic nature like ours. Different things goes into evaluating the effectiveness of a leader. Okay, so there's not like a one size fits all for leadership approach towards effectiveness. And the last is, effective leadership requires ongoing effort and adaptation. Ongoing effort and adaptation. Things are changing very fast. We live in a dynamic world, okay, which also requires that we have dynamic leaders who are willing to adapt and change. So for you to be effective, you must you must have, you must be adaptable to change. You must be willing to, try new things. Okay, so these are what you need to note. Okay, things to always remember. For you to become an effective leader, you need to understand that it's a journey, not a destination. When you make a mistake, you don't criticize yourself, you don't condemn yourself. You recognize that you are learning, you are growing, and you are genuine about that learning and growing, not just saying it just like that and letting it go. You need to understand that there is no one size fits all. You have to iterate, you have to try out different things, but the key concept is investing in yourself, being self-aware, having this reflection, looking at the way things are, building meaningful relationship, and all these other things we've discussed. Now when you do this, you're going to create the chance for you to grow. You're going to create a chance for you to become an effective leader. The last is, effective leadership requires ongoing effort and adaptation. It requires ongoing effort and adaptation. Again, it's a journey, not a destination. It's a journey, not a destination. So you need to keep on investing in yourself. You need to keep on iterating. You need to keep on changing things. You need to keep on being self-aware, learning from your mistakes, taking feedback, and implementing those feedback that you've gotten, implementing those advice you've gotten. By the time you keep on doing that, you're going to become an effective leader. Wherever this is applied, you're going to observe that the effectiveness of the leadership would improve. Thank you very much for listening to today's lecture. Now, I'd like to ask a question. Number one is, give me different ways leadership effectiveness can be improved. Give me four ways leadership effectiveness can be improved. Okay, leave them in the comment section below. 4 ways leadership effectiveness can be improved. 4 ways leadership effectiveness can be improved. 4 ways leadership effectiveness can be improved. Leave them in the comment section below. Thank you.